The girl greeted her grandfather warmly, but to her surprise, he harshly drove her away. Her aunt, who had brought her there, was so frightened that she immediately fled, abandoning the child in the wilderness. Left alone, the girl walked up to her grandfather's door. He went inside and locked the door, hoping to drive her away. But he didn't expect the girl to remain outside, crying and calling for him repeatedly. Despite her pleas, he never opened the door, forcing her to spend the night in the sheep pen. The next morning, when her grandfather came to let the sheep out, the girl immediately greeted him. He didn't speak, but handed her a bowl of fresh goat's milk. Heidi thought her grandfather had accepted her, but soon after, he took her to church and asked the pastor to find her an adoptive family. The pastor said if no one adopted Heidi within 3 days, she would be sent to an orphanage. Frightened, Heidi asked if she could stay with her grandfather in his house. This time, he didn't refuse. However, when she entered, she discovered the home had only one chair and one bed. Fortunately, the attic was filled with dry hay, which delighted her. During dinner, Heidi begged her grandfather not to send her away, but he remained silent. The next morning, Heidi met Peter, a shepherd boy outside the house. After her grandfather prepared some food for her, he sent her up the mountain with Peter. Heidi was immediately captivated by the beauty of the Alps. Peter took the opportunity to steal some of her food. When Heidi discovered this, rather than scolding him, she offered to share half her meal. Peter worriedly told her not to mention this to her grandfather, claiming there were rumors he had killed someone. When Heidi returned home, she began to fear her grandfather. She volunteered to sleep in the sheep pen, which immediately alerted him that something was wrong. He asked what she had heard, and Heidi trembled as she asked if the rumors were true. Her grandfather didn't deny them, but told her to trust her own judgment rather than village gossip. After a moment of silence, Heidi suddenly ran to her grandfather and hugged him. Surprised, he said nothing, but began cutting wood to make furniture. By the third day, when Heidi feared being sent to an orphanage, she returned home to find a new chair. Overjoyed, she hugged her grandfather, who happily embraced her back. As Heidi and her grandfather grew closer, her aunt unexpectedly returned. Seeing her, the grandfather immediately chased her away. However, she didn't leave. Instead, she secretly found Heidi and lied that her grandfather didn't want her anymore, then took her away. When the grandfather discovered Heidi was missing, he immediately went down the mountain to search for her. By then, Heidi had already been taken away by her aunt, who brought her to a mansion. What Heidi didn't know was that her aunt had sold her.